Okay, welcome to my life. Tell you what a day. Turn the volume down. What a day. So, this radio started with this disc here. Oops. This disc here. Anyone recognise one of those? Are you from South Africa? Because if you are, that's what you would be used to have seen. That's the South African 9 channel. Oh, I don't know. I never count 12 channel. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 channel. I don't know if the XYZ actually worked though. And that would have made it 10 channel. I don't know. The South African Johnson Viking. Okay, so what they did with a little diode matrix is they set up a switch here, which obviously this little disc here went onto, and that gave them their channels that they could use. And you know, it's effectively a good system. Works really well. Now, those of you that know, well, some of you, hang on, I'll show you. Okay, so remember this one, you know, box books and everything, and bear in mind what I'm about to say about this radio. These are fabulous radios, and that's the box and everything, and look, it's beautiful. And the chap it's going to is, look at that, even the original bits and pieces. Anyway, so for intensive purposes, let me say first, the chap it's going to, I couldn't think of a better mate for this to go to, and it's so like new it's not funny. But this was the least of our problems. This took me, I don't know, 20 minutes to sort out and chuck in place with a nice 23 channel in there, and we've got, you know, obviously all working nicely there, and obviously your dead channels right there. That's the way to put your channel knobs back on these too. Find the dead channel, and then you've got to get it right on that arrow. You get it a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right of that arrow, and you will be OCD for the rest of your life. I adjusted it 5 times before I got it right. It's because you got to pull the front cover off every time. You got to try and adjust it, then put the cover back on, check that that is exactly right. I don't know how anyone could get it wrong 5 times. 4 times. I got it right the 5th time. Anyway, so this beautiful specimen of a radio is the Johnson Viking, and it is like brand new. But what has taken me most of the day is the other side. I mean, I won't go into every little spot, but we've replaced 2 or 3 caps actually, a few dry joints, and bear in mind that's not because this is not a great radio. It's just that this radio is 40 plus years old. You know, that's your problem. You know, and you've just got to get used to the idea that, you know, when you're dealing with these sort of old chassis, you're going to have you know, a few issues that may come your way. Now I'm just putting this all back together. I've had this into a million pieces about 3 times today, and look how clean this is. This is like, well, it's basically working on a brand new radio from the 1970s that obviously has got a few bits and pieces, dry joints, caps, etc. that we've done, but boy, lucky I had some of this in stock too, seriously. But you know, you can just tell it is just so new, and this is going to an incredibly good mate of mine, and it's on his I wasn't going to sell this one, and most of you know that, but it's the who it's going to that really made it, and it's not going to the chap with the 13 radios on the list that and by the way, some of you said to me you said to me, oh, you'll end up taking 4 radios. I said, well, you know, that, and this is, by the way, just a memory. It's still sitting on my, this is the chap who had this list here. Now, let me just tell you something. That chap who I spoke to on the phone, I couldn't even get to him till after 9 o'clock at night the other night, because I've just been so busy. I spoke to him probably for a good 45-50 minutes. He took every one of those radios, although he let me send the boxed one to a good mate of mine. That was a little bit out of his price bracket, which is for most people, by the way. You know, the mate of mine that's getting this has paid, he actually doesn't even know what he's going to pay for it yet, because I've had to spend a bit more time on this, but anyway, I know his budget, and his budget, we're well under his budget, so we're good there. Don't panic. You know who you are. But it was a pleasure to spend a few hours on this thing, because it really is a beautiful, beautiful radio. It just, as you can tell, it's sorry, we haven't done our final tune on this yet. I'm just about to do it, actually, and from memory. And don't worry, don't get me wrong, I've already peaked it for power a bit. 1 2, have a look at that for power output. 1 2 3, hello, just peaking just on hello, just on 20 watts. Hello, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Have a look at that wave. Hello 1 2, hello. Have a look at the shape. 1 2 3 4 5. Can we tune a radio? And the truth is, yes, we can. No question about that. But there's it's always sort of something that's a bit of fun, and but being these older radios, you've got to be a bit careful that there will be different issues. Now, let's just check, have a bit of a listen. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now, the if you're ever playing Johnson Viking, this fella here. Now, if I just do that and go 1 2 1 2, let me just tweak it just a little. I need 2 hands here. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You know what? 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Actually, I like that better. 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's just sometimes you'll set it up by the oscillator. By the way, and I have set this up by the oscillator, and I still wanted to tweak that just ever so little bit, just a little bit then. And don't ever be ashamed of having your own personal taste on what you like to listen to, and it's just what it is. But anyway. No, that's really nice. Don't mind, I'm getting a bit of LED noise at the moment. Let's have a look here. 1 2 3 1 2. Hello, 1 2. Let's have a little look at that. I thought it was sticking. It's alright. Oh no, seems alright. It's okay, I was just checking whether it's my LED light causing... Oh, it is. Have a look at that, my LED light. So as I put the LED light on, it was the LED light bringing noise up. Isn't it funny? It's less noise on high. On low, it's got more noise, and leave it on high. Anyway, so yeah, look, she's a lovely, lovely old radio. We'll just do a few final just touch-ups on transmit, receive, etc. And Paul Ashby often sort of says he's got 8 hours into a radio, and I often think, I had you spend 8 hours on a radio. Trust me, after today, Paul, I get it. I mean, I didn't quite spend 8, but geez, mate, you're right. Sometimes, and Paul does not just. I mean, I've had beautiful cosmetics to work with. I've had a few faults to chase and bits and pieces where Paul does all the cosmetics and bits, but I can believe he spends a good day on those easily. So when you buy one of Paul's radios, remember to pay him well, because there's some real time going into it. Because after today, it's not that I was disputing it. It's just that today I've got solid proof that you can spend some bloody serious time on these things. Anyway, all right. Well, yeah, I'm liking it. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Just having a bit of a listen there. 1 2 3 4 5. I'm liking its audio output. 1 2 on the microphone. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2. Beautiful shape. It's just, but it's driving so well. See what I mean? 1 2 3 4 5. You've got beautiful drive there, but you've also got beautiful shape in that signal that you just sit there and go. You live and die on your tunes and how well you can get them. And look, I've been doing these radios since I was a young fella. I was really about 12 or 13 when I first started. I probably blew up more when I was 12 or 13. 14, I started to sort of get them right. I could actually make a Cybernet chassis, go from channel 42 to 59 and 60 to 104 and broadband the whole thing. By 15, I was playing around with a lot of these, a lot of 858s, a lot of, initially I was really just doing a lot of Cybernets, to be honest. But by 16, I joined Jensen Electronics with Steen Jensen, Noel Bernstein on the day. He was the initial service manager, and of course my business partner David Green took over many years later. About 2 years later, to be fair, not many. About halfway through my apprenticeship time. And it's a bit. Look, it was a bit of a different apprenticeship the way we did it back in those days too. I'll explain that one day. But instead of going into great detail, it's just easier to. Anyway, but by the same token, I learned a lot from all the guys back there, and it's amazing that you don't actually forget it all. You know, it's crazy. A chassis like this is still fairly, you know, in my mind. I can pretty much go to different spots and say, yep, meter adjustment, frequency adjustment, blah 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 blah, etc etc. And yeah, let's just check its AM power. Sorry, I didn't check AM before. Carrier just on 4 watts and just driving up, driving. We're not going to hear that very well on this old Yaesu. Hang on, unless we go to AM. Should get some nice audio. 1 2 3 1 2. Well, it's not really hearing me. I might know why that is. I'm bloody dummy load. Nah, don't worry about it. Look, too hard. Let me just see if I can make that work. Hang on. I'm cheating. I'm using the analyzer. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Now this is just standard non-PUP, so about 3.79, 3.8 watts. We'll just knock that up to 4 to 5 maybe. But yeah, I'm just not getting through my dummy load. So I know why, but anyway, we'll fix that later. 1 2 test. No, that's nice. Working well. All right. Well, what else have I got to do? Just when you think you're finished. Just when you think you're finished, guys. I'm going to have to pull the front panel off quickly. Remember I said earlier that I thought the meter stuck for a second? It did. Watch this. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go in and free that up. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2 1 2. See how that's still sticking? And see, when you change modes, it'll go back again. 1 2 3 1 2. Yeah, no, that meter's got an issue. I'm glad we picked that up actually. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. And watch this. Okay, let's put another meter in it. Oh, I hate having to pause videos like this. I don't edit videos, which means I've got to do this while this video pauses without it timing out. Back in a second. Okay, a couple of tricks for new players here. We might as well do a Johnson Viking tutorial. You don't need to pull the knobs off. You don't need to pull anything off when you're taking the front panel off. You can actually access everything beautifully by pulling out 1 2 3 screws. So 3 screws, that all comes out. Now remember how I just told you I gloated about the fact that I know these radios so well? I'm going to be honest with you. Have a look at this. Oh no. Well, this one here, sorry, this is the one we took the 23 switch out of. That one obviously, but no. Going to be honest with you, we did actually take the knobs off this initially. I just went, oh, forgot that. Anyway, all right. Now this meter here, I've got to be honest with you, I can free them up and I can do a lot of work with, you know, just we put a bit of acetone on there, but I'm just going to decide now whether I just steal one that's actually a perfectly good meter that I saw working on this one, not just earlier. And I may still fix that one later, but just for the video not timing out on me, I might just change it over back in a tick. Just remember we've got the meter in upside down. Okay, so we've changed the meter out. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. That is driving me mental. Hang on. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2. Oh, now I'm going to be listening to. Don't worry about that. The monitor's way off. Anyway, 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2. Look at the meter now. Beautiful dampening on the meter, etc. Let me just turn that volume down there. Driving me mental. All right. Okay. Now, so we don't send my mate this thing. Let's turn it off first before we go switching things around. It actually goes in that way, and we've got to pull the bracket back on the radio, so head, etc. Can't do that with one hand, so back in a minute. Now when you're putting one of these back together again, just be a bit careful, because the meter actually goes in on a little bit of about a 15-degree angle. So when you're looking in the back here, see how the meter actually pivots down? So you've got to make sure that you're actually bending, because you've probably played around with these tags. Now I need to bend both those down a bit. And as you'll see, turn that back on again. See how the meter, we get the tags right away from these strips here. Now it wouldn't have mattered if the ground touched the ground here, because it's ground, but it would matter here, you know, that's voltage going off to the lights. Well, sorry, hang on, let's try this all again. It wouldn't have mattered if the ground touched the ground here. You've got to learn to use pointers, because that would have been fine. You almost could have attached that straight to there, but that's 12 volts to the light globes, and that there would not have the meter. So we bend that right out the way, so it's right out of the way. And as you can see, the meter then just sits there nicely and works a treat now. Doesn't get stuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, why not make it a full day on this radio? My goodness. It's lucky it's a very good mate. I'll tell you what. Anyway, yes, they're certainly interesting radios. I was just having a look. You know, the way these boards sit at times, don't be. You'll notice a little bit convex. They always were a little bit, to be honest. They over the years they shrink, I think. Not really. Anyway, but okay, so I think we've finished everything now. I'm just, the only thing I'd like to do is just maybe just do a final tune. I won't go through the tune-up procedure on this because this video has already gone too long for something I really just want to show a friend of mine who's getting this how much pain I've gone through today. No, not at all. You know what? It's not at all. And I've got to say, when this is back together, yeah, it's a beauty. I'm just going to put the cover back on so you can actually see what it looks like with the cover on first. Hang on. Well, there you go. I ended up taking a little bit of time out to let's bring a bit of light over there. Look at that. How clean is that? Beautiful Johnson Viking, just 352D, as you can see over there. They are one heck of a radio. Hey, you either loved them or you hated them, one or the other. I'm not sure if I love it after today. It's been a long day, but that's all right. Let's have a look. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I'm really liking the way this thing works. They built a transmitter back in these days that really was top notch. So yeah, pretty happy I can put this one back in the box. Meter didn't stick, so that's good. So yeah, this one here we'll have a look at and see if we can unstick it and just I might unstick that one and send it in the box to my mate, just so he's got a backup meter. To be very honest, I really think I might send him the radio that was actually working quite okay. This one over here. I might send him the entire radio as a backup of parts. You can never have enough parts for your Johnson Viking. You can be pretty sure that sometime in its lifespan you're going to have something that you're going to need for it. So I'm going to send him the other chassis that we took the switch out of as well, because that'll give him a spare PLL, spare relay, spare, and to be honest, we sort of wrote off this radio to get the switch, which was a bit of a, I know, you're about to say, did you take a perfectly good radio to, yes we did, so theoretically we could put the switch system back into this one. Actually, I'll give this my friend, I'll try not to disclose names, I nearly say his name all the time, but I think we'll pop all these bits into it and just donate that to him, because I just want him to have bits and pieces. As you all know, I may not be here. Let me just put all this knob and just put in the nuts and bits and pieces on there, so he's got all those. I may not be here for that much longer, and oops, there we go. Sorry. As much as I'm trying my best to stick around as long as I can, we got some DNA results back yesterday that did not come back the way we wanted them to. So get used to the idea that you may be doing one of those Facebook posts that say, hey, I remember him. Anyway, I'm going to stick in there as long as I can, but yeah, the results were not good. Anyway, I am not thinking about that too much, and days like today have been good to just do what I'm doing for this friend of mine. We'll pop that under there. You know who you are, it's under there. I'll put the case back on this one, and I'll put the front back on it and everything, so that it's neat. I don't want to send you something that looks like a wreck. Where'd I put the front for this thing? There's the case for it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep, all right. But I'll leave the meter out. You know who you are. I'll leave the meter out because I want to free that up. I'm going to put some acetone on there and free that up for you. So you'll always have a second one. just in case this existing one here ever sticks, it's very easy to change out. And as long as I'm living and breathing, you know who you are. If you ever have any problems with this thing, don't try and fix it yourself. Put it in a box, send it back to me, and I will fix it free of charge, because I'm quite happy to do that for this particular person. He is a lovely guy, and it's one of those guys that he doesn't ring about radios very often, but he does ring about my health to find out how I'm going, and telling me that things are going to be better and things are going to be okay. Sometimes you need to have people like that in your life, and hey, I like we can sell him radios, that's great, but you know what, I probably appreciate those other phone calls just as much, probably a little more, you know. That's the thing about this great game of ours, in whether it be amateur radio or ham radio, is that we've got some fantastic friends, and you make some really good, meet some good people, you make some good friends, and you enjoy the ride. And that's what my message to everybody is these days. Life, enjoy the ride. Don't waste a minute of it. All right, Johnson Viking 352D, going back into the original box, original manuals, original blah 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 blah. The only thing it didn't have was the I'm trying to actually dig up with any of our junkers whether we've got a, you know, the X, because I don't want to cut these off. Let me just turn it off. Righto, going well there. Geez, the things you see in my non-edited videos, I tell you, you'd never send a radio to me watching that. Yeah, so I've just got to see if I've got some bullet connectors to, I'd like to give this chap another lead, so I just want to see what we've got there. I'm going to try and not, I'm going to send him down a lead regardless, but whether I've got the bullet connectors, if not, he can organise some of those, I'm sure. Alright, look, thanks very much for having a look at this video. It was really just to show you, you know, the fact that you can take a 13 channel switch, which someone might want to, if you're from South Africa, David especially, if you're there, and you know David, I've got another one anyway, yeah, if you're someone who's used this system, I'd be interested to see in the comments file just how that system worked. I mean, was 21 the emergency channel, being the red channel, or was it the call channel? Red, probably emergency, I'm guessing, but I don't know. Were the XYZ channels relative to anything, or were they? I didn't actually check. I should have. While I had it in pieces, I do have another one with one of these, so I can actually check that. But you know, was it active only from 19 through to 27, or did Z, X, or X, Y, and Z? You know, I'll be right. Did they have significance? I think our South African friend should be able to answer that pretty easily. Either that, or next time I hook up another one of these from David over in South Africa, we'll actually pay a bit more attention. All right, guys, look, thanks very much. Great to just be getting through another one. It's been a little bit busy at the moment, and we've had a lot on, but tonight I'm actually taking some time out to continue to get. You'll see, you probably don't notice, but there's a fair bit that's gone off the floor. Unfortunately, it's on the dining room table, but it's all the boxed equipment. Hang on, let me show you. Okay, so here we go. This is the dining room table at the moment, but I'm just sort of trying to get stuff out of there. Pro 3s. This is a beautiful Craco that's been converted to 10 meters. I think it was 10 meters. I think it was, yeah. But has a 500 kc VFO with it, and a few switches that do different things. A lot of this is, the reason it's out here, this is all about to be advertised. Yaesu's Kenwood's RC2000 that goes with a TS2000X, etc. So I'm sort of just moving it out, getting it ready. Anything but on the floor of, you know, my enormous mess. So you're going to have to hold me accountable, guys. Can we get this finished to the point where there's nothing on the floor? Probably not overnight. Oh, this is a bugger of a fault. You know who you are. I'm working on this for a mate of mine. I had it fixed, and I had it on test for about hours, and I'd go in, transmit, and then it died again, and I thought, come off it. Anyway, so you know who you are. It's going to go over to that shelf over there in a minute, soon, tonight, and then it's going to come off that shelf back over to there, because this radio, this 2510 is not going to beat me. Anyway, all right, guys, thanks very much, and look, you know who you are. The people who are being awfully patient with me right now, thank you. Andrew, you know who you are. I'm just getting through. I've got about halfway through the tune-ups and bits and things, and you know what I'm on about. So I should be boxing 13 radios by the end of tomorrow, and you may have to sell your firstborn, but you know, sort of, these things happen, mate. You know, it's okay. Don't worry about it. No, not at all. No, it actually came out quite well. All right, 73s guys, thanks very much for hanging in there with us on our videos, and yeah, please subscribe. I'm talking to a guy in Bangladesh right now, by the way, and he said your YouTube channel is terrible. Hang on, let me show you. So he said you've got 907 videos with 5,360 subscribers. Your score is 0 out of 100. Right. He has a look at one of our videos and he says, what is SEO? Anyone know what SEO means? Don't know. Haven't had a look yet. Anyway, now I said, sorry for the late reply. Crazy busy. Your expertise is important to us, but maybe a bit expensive as we have nearly 1,000 videos. And I go on to say, you know, I mean, it's just really going to be worthwhile because any advice on this, guys? He said, sir, I wish your business success. Want to work together? Yes. Oh, this is when I said I may be a day or two getting back to you. Unfortunately, the start of a very busy business week. We'll respond as soon as possible. Now, I was true to my word. Where are we? He says 3 times, have you thought about me? Hello, sir. Yep. Then I say, sorry for the late reply. I don't mind saying. But I said, look, we're currently making about $100 a month on our YouTube channel, so it's probably not that profitable to, you know, to really go paying you, how much was it? To do 30 videos somewhere. Oh, here we go. So you guys that know something about YouTube, tell me in the comments file. 30 videos, he can complete SEO, don't even know what SEO means, and promotion for $300 for 30 days for 30 videos. So I have no idea. But I've been kind because I've said that obviously he has some expertise. I've said we've been crazy busy. What we make on the YouTube channel, I've said that we don't actually do the YouTube channel for money. It's not really something that, you know, and we certainly don't want to spam it to a whole lot of people, which if you read my paragraph here, if you pause and have a look, you know, but I'm saying, you know, if we can justify the costs of you making this channel better, yeah, great. And then I said, I'm thinking that you're in the Middle East, but I may be wrong. I was wrong. I looked up his country code. He's in Bangladesh. Anyway, he's come back and said, if you want, I can discount some price and how much you want to pay for. I don't know. And that's, see, the thing is, I've got this short reply from him, but what I asked him for was, look, what, you know, what advantage is it to do this, etc. So I'm just going to go back and look. I'm going to do a Pauline Hanson, please explain. I don't think you'll understand Pauline Hanson. Habib seems like a good guy. He's selling his services. He doesn't seem like a scammer, to be fair. He's, as you can see, he's, where was it? Back here. Not just that video. Oh, I think I've got an earlier video, one from him. No, I haven't. No, that was the, so he did that one. I think he picked up on another one somewhere and just said, look, you know, you're failing miserably here too. Where was it? No, I don't know. Yeah, that's when I said the business week. Oh, it might be here. No, hello, sir. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is the one on the Kenwood. I've revisited your YouTube channel and videos. Your video title is very long, but it's not okay. I think that's his way of saying it's not okay. Your video tags area is very poor, and your video, no many descriptions, so no descriptions. These are important parts of your videos, but it's missing. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Look forward to the possibility of working together. I will await your reply, and that's what I've done. I finally got back to him, and it was just a time thing. So if anyone knows what all this means, SEOs, all these little boxes, and whether, you know, things in these areas, and I don't know. I've never done this for money. YouTube sort of half forced me to monetize it about a year ago, and that's nice because it allows us to do the odd giveaway for, you know, clients and, well, subscribers more so, not clients. You don't have to be a client to win one of our subscriber draws, but as you can see, you know, we don't make much, but I was having a look the other day at some of the channels. There are channels out there that have got some serious. I get it. They've got some serious income. Look, can I be very clear? I don't want the income. I'm not. I'll just keep donating it back to customers anyway. And there are channels out there. If you start looking at Whistling Diesel, and you start looking at, obviously Mr. Beast and all these different millions. Look, I got to be honest. I had a quick look at Hayden's channel. Hayden's is, I think, one of the best put together channels ever because it's got everything. It really has. I enjoy Hayden's channel, and that channel right now makes about $800 a week. And and you got to understand, he puts a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort into that. That's not 800 profit. That's 800 that comes in off Google. Google pay him $800 a week to do that. And that, I'm sure, is just that's by me doing a Google lookup on. You can look at my channel, and my channel comes back and says, even if you bought me out, you might pay him $2,000 for his entire channel. Hayden's comes back in the I can't remember. Actually, I honestly can't remember. But it was definitely I think it was under 100,000. But it was he's built an asset. So YouTube, I get it. It can be an asset sometimes. But I don't know enough about this. I really don't. So if you know more about YouTube and what this guy's saying here, please put in the comments file. You got my phone number. Ring me if you know what I'm doing wrong. That's great too. And the other person that, if anyone can help, he's a bit like me, would be Paul Ashby with Pull It Apart Paul. I look at Paul's channel and it's every bit as resourceful as Hayden's. All right, he doesn't have the live chats with Americans and obviously Hayden has a big American audience and European audience and blah blah blah. But I look at Paul's channel and I think that's one channel that should be doing a lot better in views and lots of things. So I'm sure Paul's doing all the same wrong things that I'm doing here that this chap's talking about. So if anyone can help Paul and I to Paul said to me the other day, I'm putting CB Action girls with titty babes on there because who knows, your video, he said, Brenton, your video that's just done 437,000 views, he said, I'm certain it's that cute looking 20-year-old sitting on the front in just about hovering all over the Corvette. And I said, mate, I definitely know they didn't grab this video because of me. So I think he's right. So I'm going to have to look at Paul's videos and go, has the CB Action fronts on the the thumbnails, has it picked up the views? I bet it has. The last one I even clicked on. I don't get a chance to see every one of Paul's videos at the moment, but I certainly looked at the titty babe one with the big breasts and everything. Now I can even tell you that was with the GEC model, Paul. So just to see I'm not lying, I definitely looked at that one, and I actually watched the whole video, not just 10 seconds to give you the view, and that was quite interesting actually. Oh, and Paul, I loved your last bit where you said that I have to deal with ultimately morons at times, and and I agree, I get it, but we're all allowed to have a bit of a rant. He actually titled it "and a rant," and I thought, you know what, I get it. Anyway, all right, guys, thanks very much. Look, this has definitely gone way over time now, but for those of you that know me and may be interested in what's going on, this is more a adjunct to the Viking side of it. Maybe I should put Johnson Viking 352D and Brenton raving on for an extra 20 minutes. All right, guys, 73s, VK3 Charlie Mike. Again, if you can hit the subscribe, we're only getting 30% of people, and got this guy point, I think 24%, I think he pointed out, 24% of people, something like that, who actually watch our videos that hit the subscribe button, and we get just about no likes. It's crazy. I don't know if we see the dislikes. Maybe it's all dislikes. I don't know. All right. Hey, I'm going to keep doing these videos because they keep me motivated, and for as much time as I've got left on this planet, hey, it's a good record for Sam maybe to look back at some stage and when I'm not here to be able to say she can listen to my voice. That'll turn you off. All right, guys, 73s, VK3 Charlie Mike, Tangambalanga, Northeast Victoria, Australia. All the best.